as a home health agency, you need to understand that in the United States, we are a mixture of a variety of different cultures, and that we should not target English-speaking clients only. We need to also try to make sure that we have a variety of different services out there, and at the same time as we need to also promote our services in a variety of different languages. So not just in the English language, how about Spanish-speaking cultures, or Polish community, the Russian community, the Filipino community, the Chinese community, the Korean, the Vietnamese community. Depending on where you are, you can actually look up, you can look this up online on what is the second most language spoken next to Spanish in your area. With knowing this, if you are able to know that you have a high Polish population in your area, then you might want to start offering services or find the right people to work with your organization so that you can actually start offering these type of services. You need to understand this. If you do this, if you put yourself, you're going to put yourself above everyone else if you actually do this. It shows that you're sensitive to culture, and it also shows that you want to be able to make sure that clients are taken well care of. One of the biggest problems is communication. And if there is a language barrier, then we are ultimately going to have problems providing the right type of care for that particular patient or client. So when you are starting these type of programs, your website, your flyers, all of those needs to be translated if you are going to have a multicultural program. You should always, and you should definitely already have a Spanish version of your websites. You need to have a Spanish version of all your flyers. But in addition to that is find out that third and the fourth most largest population in your area and make sure you add that into your program. If you do that, you will see how amazing it is. Once again, let me repeat this again. When you have programs and products, you want people to know that you have these programs and products. Market it. Put it into your flyers, put it into your website, make sure that your physicians are aware. Send out emails, go ahead and get it out there to the community. Push it out there and make sure people know about it. So one of the biggest things is, how do I start a multicultural program, right? So what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to study local region demographics. Find out who's out there, find out what's out there, make those necessary investments. Gather organizational support. Make sure you raise the funds for this. Make sure you recruit your bilingual staffs. Make sure you train the staff as well. If you are training your staff, then they're going to be knowledgeable of what needs to be delivered. Every single person that you're bringing in must be trained properly. You want to be able to develop appropriate developmental education-based procedures. Any educational-based materials that you have in English, you should have it in Spanish. And if you have that third and the fourth demographics that you're trying to get into, make sure that you go ahead and it's translated for those particular people as well. You want to be able to make sure and understand that there are differences in culture out there. Make sure that you study the differences in the cultures out there, and make sure you create a cultural sensitive best practice program. So I've seen this in past videos, right? You want to be able to create multiple languages of your newsletters, not just your emails, not just your websites, not just your flyers, your newsletters as well. I always recommend that each agency should have their own newsletter. Do not rely on just the senior magazines that are out there and you marketing with them, where you end up paying on advertising. Now, those are good ways to get out there, but understand that if you're able to create your own newsletter, okay, it can definitely be more cost effective for you, and at the same time as you can have a larger advertising impact in your newsletter. Bring in other people that want to be able to advertise in your newspaper. Give them a great deal with advertising if they may benefit from where you are marketing to. So remember, make sure that everything that you're doing is bilingual, whether if it's in Spanish and English, of course. Those are the two things that you need to make sure you have it on. But at the same time is, remember that third and the fourth major language is spoken in your particular area. So once you have these programs, imagine that. Now what you can do is you can go after the physicians who market that they speak other languages as well. And there are websites out there in which is going to be able to help you to find out which physician out there is able to speak Polish, which physicians out there can speak Urdu or can speak Tagalog. By you doing this, you're targeting, okay? You are targeting these people. You're hitting a niche market within the home health industry as well. So find out how you can be able to take advantage of this. If you need more ideas and more steps on how to be able to develop these programs, contact somebody from Home Health Success Academy. We would be glad to be able to help you and guide you to where you need to go.